What should I try this time?
Traveler, Paimon, it's been a long time.
Oh, hey, Hoishin. Long time no fancy meeting you here. How's work these days?
Thanks to the help of people like you and colleagues like Ganyu, but I've been feeling distracted at work lately. It's a long story. But my father...
Huh? What's wrong?
Nothing specifically. He's not unwell. He says he's just increasingly... He's always said, old age comes for us all in the end. Anyway, my father's currently on the second floor of Yangsheng Tea House. Why don't you come pay him a visit with... He seems very fond of you, too.
Sure, let's go. Uncle Tien, we're here to chat with you.
Oh? What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Hoishin, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea? I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, though the mind is willing, the flesh is weak. I am still very much in good standing as the Tianshu today.
How difficult is it to
Oh, well, you see, the Tianshu is a rather unique position among... Historically speaking, the Tianshu rarely appears in public. We also want to keep any prospective Tianshu candidates free. For these reasons, the incumbent Tianshu typically recommends that...
So in other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang...
Correct. Unfortunately, due to my... Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my...
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about...
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tien here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
All right then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tien, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too.
Huh? Yelan, you want to...
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang would... So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the...
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for... Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Oh, and no need to pay for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house. You're all set?
Uncle Tien seems really worn down. It's like...
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tien is past his prime. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbua works at the... Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really...
Qianwei, Mingbua, Zhiyi. Paimon should be able to...
Let's leave that until we get to... All right. Heads in the game.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes...
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand. That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are...
Oh, come on. That's just... All right, you two. Let's not get into a big arc. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. Look, how about this? There's no...
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs to...
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. I've split it into 2 stages. Current affairs and planning. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Wow, one of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected, failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic... There's still some time. Have a skim through. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know. Finished, huh?
Everyone took it very...
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked, and keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their... That's for me to know. We'll see the candidates now.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you two... I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the...
Oh, is it...
Yes. Please.
I'm, Mingbo. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months. I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days. My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts.
Is it just...
You know what? Let's leave the self...
Oh. Hello. Not gonna lie, What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask...
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields.
Very fair question. I completely understand, but I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of... Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or...
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the... If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take...
Nice answer. All right, next question.
He seems like a great guy.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, but he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingbo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid and
Perfect summary. Paimon...
Last but not least, Yi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details. His methodology, the depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen.
Great!
We'll see. All right, then let me ask this.
I didn't want to say anything when I gave you the list of Those 3 candidates have all studied under me but Xin Wei went on to focus on his business, and Ming Guo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civilization.
Whoa! So
Chen Wei was referred to me by an old friend. Ming Guo came to my attention in the course of my work, and as for Jerry, we first met while fishing. Gradually, as we got to know each other, Jerry came from a poor family, and his parents, he reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing, and now, all of a sudden, he's grown into a mature young. The young are growing up.
I don't know, Uncle Tian. You still seem in.
Oh, you. There's really no need to
sounds like you sure.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like
Fresh fish soup.
doesn't it? Also, sometime when we've been fishing recently, Chireo, that flavor makes for a fond memory. But it.
Oh, can Paimon come next time too?
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
I appoint. Had you not asked me why this decision must remember.
Understood. Come on, let's go talk.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian. So, it's gonna be his manifesto with...
Easy. Let's not.
Huh?
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. For example...
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also perform various assignments. Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trading. Wenyuan relies on word of mouth. And there's also Upei, who's not...
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now. Is he all right?
Nothing can take that guy.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qian...
Yes, ma'am.
So what about Juri?
Juri. Well, obviously, as the most promising... Let's go to the docks first.
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to He does business at the North Wharf.
That's,
Huh? What's Polite doing here today?
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead. And neither of us wants that.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsettias are mine. I got to them first. Don't...
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri.
Juri? Yes, he's quite well known. I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died when he was young, and he was treated cruelly by the local... One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time, but Juri never retaliated. And when he returned cruelty with kindness, injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent.
Oh, he sounds like a decent man.
Why are you asking about him anyway? Well then, in that case...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lin Long. Come on, try not to let him see you.
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this.
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine, who likes to have a drink now and then, he fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Lin Long.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me. Juri seems to get along really well with... Are you satisfied now, Yelan? Seems like...
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check.
Do we... Wait! You're not just trying to dig up some...
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do, you'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well, come on! Off...
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fish market.
Welcome. What would you like to buy today?
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic...
Whoa! Yelan made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. Had to work several... How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you...
Yeah, we think so.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in for...
Oh? What?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new...
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to.
Sure thing. See...
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry when they're gone.
Hello, we're from the Society...
Wow, she's...
Society for Fish Price Research. I haven't done anything.
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct us. We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish at low price.
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage wrapped around his head, and he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still to this day, I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but it's not like he catches much anyway.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling. I think he has pretty low self-esteem. But hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved and nobody's perfect. I just wouldn't want to.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing.
Not a problem. And just for the record, there's absolutely nothing wrong with.
The more times you say it, the less.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his name. Okay.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah, honored to meet. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist.
Really?
But of course, we also heard that Master Dooku is a kind...
Great! So what do you wish to know?
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dooku...
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking? I've heard many tales of Jur-E. For example, probably because it's nothing that important.
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then...
Oh yeah, I know that. It was before that. People always used to talk about, sometimes he gives me candies. So I'm glad that...
Just as I thought.
Huh?
I mean, just as I thought, Master Dooku...
I'm not that... Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never...
Oh, definitely.
Great. So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And I guess...
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to...
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Well then, fare thee well.
Until we meet again.
Any of that sound strange to you?
Strange? Jur-E seems to have a great reputation. Uncle Soon and Uncle Gao spoke highly of him.
True. But the issue is, where did his sudden
Sudden? Too good to be true?
So he returns cruelty with kindness, and had to work to support his studies. These are the kind... Do you remember what Doogu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, Plus, there's the fact that all this praise, his childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor.
When you put it like that...
Of course, if that's all there was to it, Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game. The problem is, do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Right, and that changes everything. That's the worst case scenario. But all too...
Someone's trying to gain influence over the chief, even if we ask Jur-E...
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Remember the current affairs and whoever is secretly helping Jur-E. Come on, let's get... Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. Looking for details that don't add up will be like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one. Officially, the assessment is already over.
Yikes! We better...
Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of Jur-E, any evidence he's left is not going to be immediate.
Even though Yelan took... Well, we gotta step... just give...
Looks like I'm the first one back, as you...
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers! If you're back, that means...
You betcha. I visited all the commerce guilds and gathered a wealth of...
Don't drag this out. Just...
Yes, Lady Yelan. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how the young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very scrupulous in the way... Once he signs a contract...
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the business?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. Where he buys from and sells to should be... Qianwei often sees business opportunities. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he...
What a strange guy. It's like he's not doing
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many insights.
I'm back! Huh?
Why do you think? Obviously, because I possess superior skills, and am...
You... Ugh, whatever. I'm not getting into an argument with Lady Yelan.
Well, we're all ears.
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Mingbois struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's... But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Mingbois...
I don't believe so. Mingbois is... According to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who...
Whoa.
Like I said before.
So that's what you...
Thank you both. You're free to go now. So, have you finished reading? I can't see any immediate problem. The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Qingshu Pool Qingshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure a long time ago, with the approval of the...
So, did they find him?
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much.
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our... Oh yeah! Zhi-Yi said the Blackcliff Forge were...
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is...
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge. They do possess some specialized... Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Black...
Qianwei and Mingbois both turned out to be completely different... What about Zhi-Yi? Is there another side to him too?
This is the Blackcliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
So... anything...
Excuse me?
Just... you know...
Huh?
I don't think we're going to get anywhere asking questions.
What's this?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. But it seems they all... We don't know who wrote it, but...
You think there's...
Yes. Look, it says right at this rate. By the time the Qingshu Pool redevelop, that'll give them the chance... Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. By the time Zhi-Yi recommend... No red flags if all they did was change some key staff. And even if we decide... That's the advantage of planning this far in...
When you put it like that, it all makes sense. So, who's...
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's start with...
Excuse us. We wanna...
I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip. My only complaint is that they're always going out. I guess they just need some time to adjust.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly renowned for the...
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor. It rained after work today, so they actually... Hey, you're only young once, right?
Interesting. Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These new drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. I'll wager they. Good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints.
They went that way! Hurry, we gotta catch up! These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way. The footprints stop here. But, judging from the direction... Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with. Look at these ashes. Someone was
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind...
The odds of that are very slim.
Why don't we wait for them back at...
We can't count on that. To me, that says that whoever...
Darn!
Make no mistake. The purpose... I smelled something. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink...
Really?
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate where there's nothing but ice, as some wealthy people there put floral fragrance when that fragrant ink is burned. This is the exact odor that it leaves, but exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the but it's all I need. Now I know.
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never...
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's... I sent him to look into Zhiyi's regular contacts. Since Zhiyi likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors. So he took... I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House. So, what did you find out it's...
Forgive my incompetence. I asked all the fishermen multiple times when I got back. What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady...
Interesting.
Fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right... Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei? What do you...
Honestly, I've...
Okay, so...
No, we'll still need detail...
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one... Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at you. Be sure to arrive on time. It looks like we're all here. Well then, I won't drone on about the important...
All of us here know the score.
Qianwei, Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough. And because of his In contrast, Zhiyi is after much consideration.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu. Would either of you entertain the
I'll have to see.
I don't mind. as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation.
I will live up to the Tianshu. I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebration.
Count me out. I'm not in the mood.
Zhi seems pretty relaxed now.
Hey, traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy... If you can't answer that, I'm not...
Oh no, if we get stuck here...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid...
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone towards Feiyun's...
Follow him. Quick.
So Zhi really sad... But Uncle Tian thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Difficult to say, but everything should be...
I'm sorry, Lady Yelan. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without...
How the heck did he manage to shake? I guess Zhi didn't let his guard down.
No, Upe says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired.
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained... If I'd asked you to tail Uncle T...
Xinyue kiosk. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely I figured that if we spooked him, it would... So I stopped Upe, and I...
Good work. The fish didn't take the bait, but that's up. Let's go to Xinyue kiosk.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask.
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I have to question?
Okay, fair enough, but...
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give...
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question.
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here to...
Liquor and wineware.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques. Hey, Miss Lin Long. We're friends of his.
Sure. Which...
We don't really know a whole lot.
Zhi picked up his set not long ago. Just so you're aware,
Don't worry.
For this set, the wine glass...
Okay.
Well, don't take two.
This is turning into a
I'd just like to point out that we have the...
It's not like you did any...
My specialty is information trading.
Yelan... Oh,
If so, it's not...
what do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol. If he was just looking to celebrate by himself, no. This is a victory. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very... Now, where might we find
Fatui officials? Should be
have both locations surrounded. Take as many people as...
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our...
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation, in which case...
Great idea! So...
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught...
I'm well aware. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're...
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Zhi may be a slippery character, but we'll keep a close...
I'll be waiting for you at the... If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are like... Perfect timing. Wen Yuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador...
Qingshu Pool? That's the place...
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Qingshu Pool is always crawling with...
Oh no.
Let's go. If my... This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a workers' entrance somewhere around here. Follow me. There's been some work done on this place in the past. The workers left still. Be ready to
Don't worry, we're all... By the way, Yelan, we're...
They have other things to take care of first. Really? Quietly now. Busted.
Life goes on. Speed of light!
Time to go.
Quietly now. Gotcha.
Terra Smash!
As I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
I see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador. That must be the emergency access route.
Take it easy. Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Opening box of Adepti-Trix.
As one with wind and cloud!
The water's gone down.
Time to go. Into the wind. Dust! The wind knows me.
Don't blink! With sword comes shadow.
Gotcha. Quietly now. Game's up. Flame's over. The water's flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues. Take it easy.
The door is open. Let's go.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
The birds.
Nice.
Incoming.
Busted. That hurts. Things are about to get dicey.
Don't blink. Cut to the chase.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very come on, bottoms up. After you.
Oh, sorry.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends, you're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already strong. I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teachers. Come on, another round. Less talk.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was...
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison.
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tian Shu. Of course, this is as long. Aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will inform.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison. That's why Uncle Tian hasn't been feeling well recently. It's all... What a nasty guy. Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture...
We've, seen no progress on the diplomat, but soon, everything will be taken care of. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey.
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu. No matter how hard I work, the only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think...
Yes, under normal circumstances, just look at your two competitors. Chen Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard...
Yes.
Heck, when you're not in the company of...
Uncle Gao said that Zhi has low self-esteem. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now... Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. How well this goes for us.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up.
there's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it.
Whoa, this is the good. Huh? Charlie, you
seem surprised, Mr. How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and You really think I'd put myself through all...
You imbecile. It's the...
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the
What?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people. The Fatui planted... but things didn't quite go to plan. Faced with the It explains why you acted. Of course, none of that will...
Jerry.
A record? Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan. He'll help me He has been eyeing your... Shh. Sweet dream.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went... I have them all surrounded. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything.
The game's up? I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext...
This is how you want to play. Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his... Nothing else...
One wrong move and it all comes crap. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of... Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word. When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here... I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here.
You still don't get it, do you? Even... What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E. Clever. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people. He was like a teacher and a father.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes it out of everyone in the world?
That's enough!
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove myself. Only later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan. But you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jur-E these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. I'll have someone remove...
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. Don't worry. Get some rest.
There is now...
Dr. Baiju.
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the... It's good we caught it in time.
How did they successfully secure such a seldom? Unfortunately for them.
Uncle Tian will be heading off now. Remember...
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Yes. The exhaustion.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought I'd take him in. The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tian. In my opinion...
You have my gratitude. People can change.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle...
Don't underestimate Uncle Tian. He wouldn't have... Normally, the Yuehai Pavilion would be...
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted... When I first met Juri, I concluded that in the end, I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all...
I have to admit, the intel suggests that the Fatu... He chose that he also installed a secret afterwards.
But that's still...
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine?
How is...
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a... Still, he's...
A deal?
Yes. Juri's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, but once the Fatu...
Well...
Almost.
Uncle Tian? Yelan? What are you talking about?
Juri collude with Yusupov in our... Also, we'd be... Pawns like this can be major assets. They open up all... What?
So...
We got halfway, but when we tried to... I found out from other sources the Fatui's main... It's a pity that Theo...
I have to ask, Yelan. I remember you showed some interest a few...
Oh, that. I prefer my current life. Although it'd still be a... All right.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed, but I'm sure if you keep going as you... Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. If you have any more...
What would you like to know? Thanks to you, and you can always find...